Heat 2 from the Elite Sprint class, Round 5 at Glan Y Gors. In pole position, it's Paul Crawford. On the front row with him, Palm being the jar. Oliver Knight. Round 2 winner Pete O'Connor on grid 4. James Small and Thomas Glyde on row 3. Stephen Hicks and Justin Buck on row 4. Jonathan Lister and Andy Cowell make up the top 10 of what is once again a 17-car grid. So it's Crawford with the hole shot and O'Connor's pushed through. Knight's trying to go around the outside of Parveen Ajar, gets it done. And it's 2-3 wide all the way down the Dragon Straight. Turn right, uphill. Jump on the anchors once you get over the crest. Into Spoon. Feeding through. Tightens up on the exit. Everybody looking for room. On board here with Tyler Mays. Looking to go down the inside of Stephen Docker. And he's got that done even before they get to the braking point. Kart number 12 is Daniel Truman. Trying to go round the outside of James Hattersley. In the carousel, can't get it done, but he is inside of Harry Neal. And through to the lead goes Peter O'Connor. Jonathan Lister down the inside of Truman. But Truman's got the road going back in his favour. And then it goes the other way once again as they weave their way down the hillside. Back on board with Mays. You're looking at the back of Jay Elliott. Well up in the championship is Jay. Justin Buck trying to find a way past Harry Neal. Gets it done and breezing past down the inside goes Jay Elliott. Pushed on there by Tyler Mays. Trying to do themselves a favour. Still hanging out on the outside, trying to get back in line. Neal runs wide and is down behind Tyler Mays now and looking to lose a spot here to Stephen Docker. And Ray Norris, Kart 10, will try and find a way by if he can. Can't get it done. He stays one place back from the back of the field. Tyler Mays on the bumper of Justin Buck in kart number 50. Lister down the inside and through on Daniel Truman. Lister showing all the speed that he demonstrated in Spa with his teammates Darren Teal and Jack Harding to win the 10 hour just a couple of weeks ago. So it's O'Connor leading out Paul Crawford. Knights under pressure from Parveen Ajar. Thomas Glyde in 5th place. James Small in 6th. Back on board with Tyler Mays in the second group, looking for a way past Justin Buck. And the field has broken into 2. Jack Harding bringing through the tail of this chasing group. They're trying to run down Pete O'Connor, who is pulling clear. And it's a gap to James Hattersley there in kart 18. Cowell brings through Jonathan Lister and the rest of the field. And Lister does the block pass. And I don't think Andy Cowell will be too pleased with that one. That was fairly agricultural. And I wonder if Jonathan might have picked up a penalty for that one. That was just a little bit too ambitious. But Tyler Mays will push him back past Justin Buck and go through himself under braking into Spoon. Hard on the brakes, turning as well. Difficult to do and keep the speed up and not lose lap time. So Lister trying to now run down Jay Elliott in the white ahead in kart number 4. Pete O'Connor is pulling clear as Crawford is backing the field up and the group behind begin to fight with each other. 3 wide through the elbow. That doesn't normally work and Hattersley's there as well. 5 into the last corner. And on this occasion it's Parveen Ajar losing out and dropping to the back of the field. And Jay Elliott is trying to close that group down. And O'Connor is beginning to stretch his lead now. Look at the camera. In the bushes there you can see the rain is beginning to fall. So the grip's going to be, well, interesting. Right now it's not very heavy. So warm tyres at a fairly warm track will keep the conditions dry. The cloud has been building through the morning. It's expected to rain from lunchtime. And we're not far off that now. Parveen Ajar down the inside of kart 16. James Hattersley gets it done. O'Connor is pulling clear. Look at the gap that he's got on Paul Crawford. Being closed down by his friend Oliver Knight, and he's bringing through the rest of that leading pack, looking for second place. Ray Norris in kart number 10 in the blue there, looking for a way past Stephen Docker. And Knights and Small have gone through on Paul Crawford. And Small wastes no time pushing through to second place. On the brakes into Spoon. What a good move from James Small. Well, he's pointing the way, but he's already got half a kart length on Oliver Knights. And the rest of the field are joining on to the tail of this group. Ray Norris down the inside of Docker, down at the carousel. It's for about 10th place. So Small, can he do anything about Pete O'Connor in the last 4 laps? As the rain is trying. Still drizzle at the moment, but it's getting worse. Small takes a look over his shoulder. I don't think Oliver Knights has got anything for him. More water on the camera lens. So Small, Knights, Crawford, Glide, gap then to Parnveen Ajar, under pressure here from Stephen Hicks. And is the grip beginning to go? Parnveen Ajar in kart 7, holding off Stephen Hicks in kart 21, and Jay Elliott's down the inside and through on James Hattersley in the grey. Hicks is still looking for a way past Najar. Into compression. Will he throw it down the inside at the apex? No. Parnveen goes down the middle of the road to hold him off. Jonathan Listener has caught up with James Hattersley and is looking for a way by. Will he go for the block pass? He tried that earlier on Andy Cowell and he got very messy. And there may be words about that afterwards. On to the Dragon Straight. Everybody looking to pick up a place if they can. Najar and Glide go side by side, and I'm not quite sure which one's which. It's Najar down the inside and Hicks is in before Glide can get the door shut. And around the outside, Elliott goes and through on Glide. And now Glide is trying to hold off Jonathan Listener, and they're rubbing side pods. Mays sneaks one up the inside. Can he get it done on Jonathan Listener? No, he can't. And Justin Buck will force up position. Down the inside into compression. Mays running around the outside. Can he get it done? Keeps it on the road. Buck gets the door closed. And Justin Buck moves through to 11th place. As we move into the closing stages. On to lap 9 of 10 in this second heat. And Mays is in the slipstream trying to run down Justin Buck if he can. Listener is trying to find a way past James Hattersley. And up to 9th place if it's on. Najar looking down the inside of Paul Crawford, and Jay Elliott is pushing hard, looking for every position because it means points that decide the grid for the A final. Buck going defensive to hold off Mays. Daniel Truman coming back at Ray Norris down at the bottom of the top 15. Side by side, and Najar has got past Paul Crawford, and Jay Elliott's jumped through as well. It's all getting a bit frantic, and Justin Buck piles into the side of James Hattersley and then inadvertently blocks off Tyler Mays. It's getting frantic in the elite class, and this is down at the bottom of the field. James Hattersley comes through in 9th place. Everybody fighting tooth and nail for the positions behind him. And we're on the final lap, and Jay Elliott is looking for a way past Parnveen Najar for what would be 5th place before the finish. Look how narrow Parnveen has gone to hold off Jay Elliott, and that's put him under pressure from Paul Crawford. Remember, Crawford started in pole position for this one. Behind him, Stephen Hicks, who won the first heat only to be demoted to 2nd. Thomas Glide in 8th. Jonathan Listener in 9th and looking for a way by. Well, he's won this one at a canter. It's Pete O'Connor winning from James Small. Oliver Knights in 3rd place. Out of last corner, Parnveen Najar finishes in 4th. Jay Elliott 5th. Paul Crawford, Stephen Hicks, Thomas Glide, Jonathan Listener and James Hattersley round out the top 10.